Is this unusable? You know it is. Welcome to This is Unusable. I'm Tyler Martin.
I'm Ben Steinberg. I'm wearing this button-down shirt to celebrate the fact that one of our videos, our most recent video, got about 300 views. That's crazy. Does it have to do with the quality of our output? No, it's because we named the video Pluribussy. That is why. We called it Pluribussy. It's a pun on pluribus and bussy, which is... people can look up what it means, but
Ben, I do need to correct you on this matter. By the time this episode releases, our most viewed video will not be the most recent. It will be the second most recent.
Second most recent, assuming this video that we're making now goes out at all, which it may not. I couldn't figure out what to talk about today, so I just went to Google and typed in random thing generator, and it gave me some random things. 1 is bananas, 2 is a piano, and 3 is broccoli. Now, broccoli does seem somewhat fortuitous because you messaged me an image of a bag of something called broccoli Normandy. And your little subtitle beneath that was storming the beaches of flavor, I believe. Which Absolutely. I found that very funny, and I very much appreciated that. So I figured, well, it's meant to be if broccoli is showing up in the random thing generator, and you sent me an image of broccoli Normandy earlier today, we have to talk about it. Broccoli Normandy sounds like a very sophisticated dish. What is it? It's frozen carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower.
Sophisticates only eat that.
It's been given a sophisticated name to make it sound attractive.
It's for the greatest generation. Honestly, it's what they're going to be fed. They're just going to boil that up, throw it in a blender, and then they're going to have to drink it down because they're old.
Yeah, and every time they look at carrots, they have flashbacks to storming the beaches. Just like the Manchurian Candidate. They're like, get those goddamn Nazis off the beach! Man, World War II is crazy. This is a World War II podcast now. That's what this is about.
Probably in March, I'll be going to the World War II Museum in New Orleans.
Are you going to laisser les bon temps rouler there? Is that what you're going to do in New Orleans and at the Holocaust Museum? The World War II Museum, not the Holocaust Museum. Obviously, laisser les bon temps rouler.
They're a bit, they abut.
Yes, they abut.
They're in the same jurisdiction.
But... laissez les bon temps rouler is French for let the good times roll, and that's a given at the Holocaust Museum, obviously, so you don't need to tell people to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that pile of shoes speaks fun.
But yeah,
we were talking about fun earlier, forgot to talk about the pile of shoes at the Holocaust Museum.
Hey, man, if you got a foot fetish, that pile of shoes, imagining all the nice Jewish feet going in. Oh, God. Okay.
You know what's near the World War II Museum also is the Food and Beverage Museum. So that's very exciting for me as someone who's been in food and beverage before.
Why do you know about this Food and Beverage Museum, though? You're visiting New Orleans, and you're like, what museums are in New Orleans? They sent
the Airbnb, and then I looked around it.
Why are you going to New Orleans?
Bachelor party.
I'm sorry, that stinks.
It does. Look, things cost money. I understand this. I am an American man, but I don't have any money. So
that is the big
I'd be all about going to New Orleans if I had tons of money and could pay the strippers. But now I'll just peep on them with my binocs from the French Quarter balconies.
No. You give them free tickets to the Food and Beverage Museum. That's what you do.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's true. I will sweet talk the little old lady that's behind the desk there and ask her for some extra tickets for my
prostitutes,
not scantily clad friends, classily laden.
You're going to New Orleans for a bachelor party. You're going to bring these prostitutes to the Food and Beverage Museum, show them around the World War II Museum, talk to them about how important it was.
Look, that's how you wine and dine them. You take them to the Food and Beverage Museum.
Right, wine and dine, literal food and beverage. And at the Food and Beverage Museum, you do see an exhibit for broccoli Normandy. That is the tie-in to the World War II Museum.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to give them their flowers, right?
Broccoli florets, yes.
Florets, yes. That's the Louisianan way to say flowers, right?
Oui, c'est les fleuret.
I'm just gonna when I go down there, I'm just gonna try to talk like Channing Tatum in Deadpool versus Wolverine movie
X-Men
the whole
universe.
time. People are gonna regret inviting me to things, and that's really my aesthetic.
Well, no, in addition to trying to put on that Creole accent, you should wear this exclusively Denver-themed clothing that you're wearing right now with your Denver hat and your Denver jacket.
I mean, I got my John Denver CD playing in the background. That's on mute. You can't hear it, but I can feel it, you know?
You do feel John Denver more than it's a very psychedelic experience in that sense. Like you're not sure if you're listening to John Denver, but you're feeling John Denver.
Yeah, sometimes you're just walking and a crisp breeze hits you and you're like, oh, John Denver.
Oh, okay, so that's broccoli. That's broccoli. Moving on to bananas. Bananas, they go bad too fast.
They go bad too fast. They're always in pajamas going up and down the stairs. That shit is, according to Miss Stefani, permeating our entire culture. These yellow invaders are.
I don't know what you just said. You're going to have to explain it. Go ahead, explain it now.
Something about, there's a show, Bananas in Pajamas, of course. Gwen Stefani famously said this shit is bananas, BANANAS.
Okay, I didn't know she said that. That's a song, okay?
Yeah, it's in a song. This shit is banana, BANANAS.
Gotcha. Thank you for explaining.
And then I don't remember if there's a third one. Yellow invaders, they're yellow. I don't know. Cut all that out.
No, we're not cutting that out.
Okay, great.
In fact, that's the only thing we're keeping in. This is going to be a 30-second long episode, and it's just going to be you talking about bananas apropos of nothing. And people are going to go, wow, that is a forward-thinking show. It's the best show is the one that you cut the most out of until it's just a sentence being said, and then it's ending. That is content now.
Yeah, you are born to be a studio executive.
Yes, content,
metal
words.
in all the movies.
Metal in all the movies, edit all the good parts out because they don't keep the story going.
They should raise the price of bananas because they're slowly going extinct due to some sort of like apocalyptic plague of some sort.
Well, that's going to be the title of this episode is Banana Apocalypse.
Oh, I thought it was going to be fungal scenario.
Fungal scenario could work too. That sounds more like a medical informational show.
Well, I mean, the weekend of this taping, I will be experiencing a fungal scenario. So
you're going to do mushrooms this weekend, is what you're saying.
I never said that.
Okay, so next up, we talked about bananas. We talked about broccoli, cutting edge quality material, bananas and broccoli.
The cutting edge is the Occam's razor.
Occam's razor states in a point in space, you can cut that with a razor. And that is where you find Occam. What happens is you cut the space with the razor and then open up the space, and Occam pops his head out.
No, it's
That's
not
Occam's
a guy.
razor.
It's how people in Boston say Arkham.
Occam's razor, more like Occam's asylum. That, I don't know what the accent that was. I just riffed on something that you just said. That's content right there. It's when you just regurgitate something, but in a worse way. That is content. That's good. Finally, piano.
I prefer mezzo piano.
What does that mean?
You've done music. You don't know mezzo piano?
Oh, does that mean like slightly
Pianissimo.
soft? It is weird that when you're playing music, there are different indicators of how like loud or soft you should be playing, and the softer is indicated by piano. Like you'd think piano would mean, and now the piano comes in and starts playing. But instead it means play a little softer.
They did not understand how to create language back in the day. Also, I love how those markings, piano, whatever, forte, mezzo forte, they never appear for the snare drum. The snare drum can just go at 100% volume the whole time.
That's what snare drums are for. They're sort of
the whole drum kit. Just please overshadow the guitar. I don't want to hear the lyrics of the song. I need to hear your stick hit that cowhide.
Drums are a blunt instrument in that sense. Is you hit them, they keep rhythm, and you call those people musicians, even though what they really are is drug addicts. Drummers are drug addicts, and they're scum. They're scum-sucking drug addicts who claim to, because they can keep a tempo and can do different things with their arms and legs, they're musicians as a result. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Pianists are musicians. A drummer doesn't even know what a piano is. If it says piano on sheet music, they'll be like, but I'm not a piano, I'm a drum. Duh.
No,
That's
this
drummers.
is Patrick.
Exactly. That's how stupid drummers are, and you can't take them seriously, and they shouldn't be taken seriously.
Sorry, Dave Grohl.
Well, no, I take him less seriously as a singer and guitarist because I don't like Foo Fighters music at all. I read Pitchfork basically described Foo Fighters as the world's most okay band, and I was like, that's the most apt description I've ever read.
But that's perfect. You know, you need a middle, right, in order to delineate from there.
Yes.
You need someone to create that average, right? So then you can be like, what's above average? What's below average? You know, you need that control group.
Right. And smack dab in the middle is Foo Fighters. You're listening. You're like, I think I like this. I'm not sure. I don't really have opinions. I don't really feel one way or another about this. And that is Foo Fighters in a nutshell. I do think Everlong is a great song. But no, Dave Grohl is a tremendous drummer. He's got so much finesse. You know what I mean? It's like, because like the way he plays, like when you see him hit a drum, he doesn't just hit it. He sort of like swings the whole arm into it. It's just like bam with that sound. All his drums just make the bam sound. Bam, bam, and pebbles.
Yeah, that's for our boomers out there. The Flintstones. You gotta love them. Wilma gets kicked out of his house by a saber-toothed tiger or something. I don't remember.
The saber-toothed tiger is banging Wilma. That happens. That happens. Like, she'd go, look at the size of those fangs. My husband does not. He cannot hope to match that.
Dildo-toothed tiger, really.
Dildo-toothed tiger. Oh man, you've just like created a whole new genre of porn.
Look, that's why I was put on this earth.
With a dildo-toothed tiger, it's cunnilingus and insertion at the same time. That could be another title. Dildo-toothed tiger. That's amazing. Dildo-toothed tiger, dude. I'm not going to forget that one.
You're excited by that.
I like it. I'm excited. Like, yes, someone could eat my ass and put a dildo in at the same time. That's a dildo-toothed tiger. I'm all for trying new things like that. Do I want someone to eat my ass? No. Do I want a dildo in my ass? No. But a dildo in my ass and being eaten out at the same time? Hey, that's like so novel. I'm down. You should be too. I'll eat your ass right now. Come fly down here. I'm fucking... While you're on shrooms, dude, I'll fucking... What am I saying? I wonder what catnip is for a dildo-toothed tiger. I imagine it's just, maybe it's another dildo-toothed tiger. They can create a human centipede of dildo-toothed tigers.
That would neither be a human nor a centipede. So
right, but it's greater than the sum of its parts.
the cum of its parts.
The cum of its parts. The cum of its
we made
parts.
it. It took us 21 minutes, but we made it. We got to where we always get to.
Two white guys on a podcast talking about penis and cum. There you go. You said it before. That's what it ultimately boils down to. Bananas, pianos, broccoli.
Look, we wouldn't be here if not for those things.
It took a piano and a broccoli Normandy and a banana to get us to where we began, which is with... What was it you just said? It was, I don't remember. I'm like so like in the moment of what we're talking about that it's like I'm hot. It's like as I'm talking, I know what I'm saying at the end of the sentence, but I don't remember what happened at the beginning of the sentence that got me there.
I like this. This is where I usually am.
That explains so much about you, where afterward I have to go back and say, well, hold on, explain what you just said. And you're like, I'm not sure what I just said. And
Look,
that's,
sometimes you just you pull words from the universe and they get into this little language ball and it shoots out your hands, but it never like interacted with your brain.
I'm learning so much about you, man. You are a sieve for words out in the ether that just come in and they come in your ears. That's right. They come in both ears and they fill up your ears as they come in them and they impregnate your brain with thoughts. The cum goes in your ears. It impregnates your brain with thoughts and your mouth births the bizarre pun that you then immediately forget that you just said. Does that sound right?
It's a birth and a burst.
Okay, so what's Portland like right now? Is it cold? I imagine it's cold and rainy.
It is cold. I've set out my tub of beverages outside, so now whenever I want one, I just go outside.
You can't put them in the refrigerator?
Well, I don't need to. I can use the refrigerator for other things.
Don't you have a refrigerator downstairs too?
Yes.
All right, well, I don't know where to go from here. So another thing on the random list generator. The next thing on the list of random things is food. Okay, that is not helpful.
That was two of the three things already.
I know. That was, nope. Shawl, SHAWL, a thing
Ah.
you sort of drape around yourself. I've never felt compelled to wear a shawl. I don't find myself in situations where I need a shawl.
I am going to use the word shawl down in New Orleans to say, what's up, shawl? I don't like things around my neck, you know, like scarves and stuff, because you get caught in an elevator, you know, you start,
Exactly.
you get in a fight, someone can like yank that, and it's like wearing a cape. Remember in the Incredibles when the bad guy gets his cape sucked into something?
I don't remember that, but I am finding funny the image of getting into a fight while wearing a scarf. There's something twee and quaint about wearing a scarf and then getting into a down and out brawl with someone using your own scarf against you.
A scarf, a pea coat, and a cabbie hat, and your fisticuffs.
Right, exactly. You're wearing a cabbie hat or like a knitted woolen sort of hat that keeps your ears warm. And you're being accosted by the unwashed masses who do not appreciate your shawl or your scarf. But a shawl isn't even a scarf. It's sort of a scarf plus other things. So, like, what is that? Like, what makes you decide to wear a shawl over other clothing?
That's just your aesthetic, I guess.
Right, and then what gets you to the point where that is your aesthetic?
You've seen old women and been like, yeah, it's time.
It's shawl time, bitches.
Yo, where all my shawlies at?
Some people do wear new clothing because they're like, well, it's time for something new. And then they think that somehow improves things for them.
It doesn't cover up, you know, personality deficiencies, but it does make you look more approachable if you look nice.
I didn't know that. Well, that changes things.
Yeah, I'm having a much better conversation with you than I usually am due to the fact that you're wearing a button up.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, I guess I'm flattered, but also you just said this is a much better conversation than the 70 other ones we've had doing this.
Literally the best I've ever had.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll dress up from now on and wear.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the men's warehouse.
I might start putting things on the walls too, so that I don't just have a white wall against which my stupid bald head completely blends in, basically. If I was even paler, like the camera wouldn't know where to focus because it would just be like, is this his head? Is that his head behind him? What is a head? I don't even know what a head, cameras don't know what heads are.
Well, it's not behind.
True. Yeah. The head isn't behind the body.
Is corn anything? Does corn give us anything, or is it just...
It comes out in your poop and you can see it.
No, it's just the shells of the corn. It's full
It's
with
part
poop.
of corn. Yeah, the part that doesn't get digested. And that gives you an idea of how quick you're digesting things and how your metabolism works. If it's like been 5 days since you've eaten the corn and it's just coming out, that tells you, oh, my body's pretty slow to process these things.
So corn is just a measure. It doesn't give you any nutrients. Like, how much corn would you have to eat to get a daily, you know, percentage of anything besides butter?
How much corn would you have to eat in order to get a daily percentage of anything besides butter?
Yeah, like iron or vitamin K. I don't know what nutrients it has, so I can't specifically say to get your daily amount of X nutrient.
I think corn is probably high in a lot of specific nutrients that we don't necessarily need. That was another episode of This Is Unusable. We were all over the place. It was great. Fits and starts. Talked about bananas. Talked about broccoli. Talked about the piano. Got back to food. Came up with the concept of a dildo-toothed tiger. Highlight of the show for sure. And then we got on corn and pooping. And we talked about cum a little bit, so that was good.
Very good. Very, dare I say it, unusable. I've been Tyler Martin.
I'm Ben Steinberg. Thank you for listening.